Hello guys, welcome to another video. This video is gonna be about current RMT issues and the gold farming and gold selling and gold buying and all the issues, and why I think banning boosting is not really gonna have any positive effect on these. So we need to take a quick look at Ward's gold diagram. So gold needs to be generated somehow, and since there's not like a government involved that can make gold, the gold is generated by quests, killing mobs, farms like the AoE farms, and boosts are also part of the problem with this regard. So people generate gold with these methods. You need to make gold first, like you need some gold so that can become a problem first, right? So you get the gold. Some people directly sells to RMT sellers and also buys from them, right? So then I think this is the core root of the problem is GDKPS, right? So look, why do you need gold? What do you need the gold for? You're buying consumables. TBC already had like very low demand on consumables. You could just farm them if you wanted. I guess like the haste potions, if you count haste potions, it's a bit more problematic than that, but it's not like they were like a must. Like I was spamming haste potions in whatever rate I was doing. Most people weren't like that, so it was quite sustainable with just regular farming, right? You can argue that the epic mount and other stuff is more problematic, but you didn't really need to buy that. You could just get away with 60 mount, and like only 3 of my characters have epic mount, I think. So and I don't really have a problem. I can just buy the epic mount now. I have the gold. So people buys and sells gold to RMTs, yeah. So then what is most of the people do? Why do most of the people need money for? Not consumables, not professions. Like you could just farm this, or like let's say you buy like a very low amount of gold and you're done with your engineering or like whatever you're leveling, and you're done with it, right? Again, like I'm not gonna be endorsing gold. I'm just explaining what's happened and endorsing gold buying or selling. I'm not endorsing. Like these are like against terms of service. You shouldn't be doing these. This is my like legal, I guess, recommendation. So anyway, you go to GDKPS, you get gear, and most of the cases you end up spending more than you're getting. But if you have multiple characters and if you spend a bit smart way, and if you're a decent player, you can break even or make some gold out of them. Depends. So number one thing that people spend money on is GDKPs, sadly. That is the main issue. And GDKP leader does this not because he likes to raid lead most of the cases. It is because like this, there might be some, it also depends on how many GDKPs a person is doing. Like if someone is doing like 30 GDKPs a week, it is hard to say it's because they like raiding. I'm not saying they're not enjoying doing organizing these runs, but it is just like might be some side benefit, and it can go to this direction, as you guys is seeing, to RMT sellers direction. They need to buy the gold to sell the gold. There was also some tinfoil hat conspiracies, as like Blizzard is part of the gold sellers. I honestly don't know. Maybe, may not be, but the thing is, like, Blizzard itself is like, you have to put the income in your books, right? If Blizzard as a company does this, how do they put income from that into the books? At best, like, let's say some GMs somehow are able to generate gold. Again, I have no idea if they can or not. The best case scenario is like maybe some people are getting paid lower than they would normally demand in a similar job, and they're getting some side benefit to make working as that job profitable. Maybe that can be the thing. And Blizzard as a company maybe in that case would be ignoring this instead of like firing these people and stuff. So that would be the only way that this would be a possibility. But even if you say that's the case, I don't think that would cause an economic problem. So the reason why there's a big demand on gold right now, RMT, so to say, is, to me, it looks like the GDKPs. And some private servers were actually banning GDKPs right out. At that time, I thought this was stupid. I didn't even know what GDKP was at that point. By the way, like a disclaimer, like I'm also a GDKP leader, but like the amount of GDKPs I'm doing is like very low compared to a lot of the people. So like, and I actually, started this as a sort of like a dare, like because I was buying some item for my characters and people were like, oh, like because I also had the guild bank back in the day and I took some loan from the guild bank to gear some characters for speedruns, which I later on paid, and entire Red guild bank was like distributed between the members they were still playing at the time of this ban. But yeah, I mean, you can say that I'm part of the problem here, but at the same time, like as of now, hosting a GDKP is a legal activity, so like nobody can say anything. But I would not be against a system that bans GDKPs. I think they're bad for the game, but at the same time, it gives the game a new sort of way of playing, right? People are just going to GDKPs. The best thing is to do so let's say you're doing a pug, right? So if there is gold, people, even if you're full geared, you want the pug to clear it because then you're gonna get gold. If you're not geared, you wanna still get it cleared because you want to buy the gear. Either way, like everybody, like it's everybody's best interest to actually get the run cleared. If it's a SR run, let's say, like maybe that boss doesn't have your SR, maybe you lost the rolls, maybe you went too many SR rolls and you were so unlucky with the loot, maybe that one guy that only his drops dropped and like he, like even though like you put like 2 SRs and stuff, maybe, like only his drops dropped, and that guy wins the item and doesn't come. And especially like a geared character has no upside in coming to SRs. It is very hard for ungeared characters to actually even be into SRs, or if you allow these characters, the raid quality will drop. But like just saying, okay, boosters are gold sellers and we are like trying to cut that part of the problem out of the equation is stupid in my opinion. Yes, they are like generating gold, but the thing is, if we check in game right now, I'm pretty sure we're gonna find some bots running like 24/7, and they're not getting banned. They're generating gold. So if a booster is boosting someone, they're essentially making someone play the game. Like if you get your character boosted, I mean the act of getting boosted is in a way getting someone playing the game, because you're paying for subscription, and if you're paying for subscription to only get your characters boosted, you're still technically playing the game. Sure, like there are other players' way of playing is probably better for the game, like let's say some enchanter doing enchants and socializing, therefore sure, that's better. If a bot is generating gold, that's not playing the game. Nobody is actually playing the game. Sure, the subscription is paid, but it's not a real person that's doing that, right? That's only a fake account. And if someone is botter, I will guess that they're not botting only one account, right? Most likely they're botting more than one account. And a lot of the bots also do stuff like flight tax and all kind of stuff. And like, I think being able to combat bots would be the logical priority here, but I don't see why it's not the case. I think this is like a wrong way of approaching the problem. There's definitely a problem with RMT right now. So if I was to choose between completely ignoring this and banning boosting, I would probably say like just completely ignore it. But obviously the ideal thing is just ban boters, and like a lot of the problem is solved already. And I understand like GDKPS cannot be banned after this point because it's changing the game. Like maybe it would be a good idea to do it start of the new expansion, but I think it's just too late. It's just the way it is. One thing also that I want to mention is that some people think that like buying gold in a way is cheating, and actually you need to farm the gold and do the same what the other people are doing. So obviously it is against TOS, so therefore it's cheating. But apart from the moral side of the things, if you think the moral side of the things, I wouldn't say it's morally bad. Since it's like banned, you cannot do that. Like it is just legally banned, but morally, like I don't see much of a difference between some guy doing some IRL work and buying the gold and like some guys, like I don't really see it at this time of the human civilization. I don't think you can make like a decision like that. But again, like as I said, like since it's against TOS, you cannot defend gold buying or selling, obviously. Then another point is that if you are in freshly started realm, I guess like that was partially why they made this new servers, but we all know like some of the GDKP makers are just gonna migrate there to do their business there. Apart from there, I'm not sure how big of a help that will be, but it feels like the smartest thing for someone to do, even though illegal, it feels like a smarter thing to do for a fresh starter is to buy illegal gold. Again, like I'm saying illegal again. Buy gold, get some GDKP, get geared up, and then keep doing GDKPs to make your money back. You know, like it seems like the logical choice of doing, even though it's against the rules. Because the alternative is just farm the gold and go there, because like there's no alternative. Like you need to find a guild who is gonna be willing to gear an ungeared character. And remember, you're like a fresh character in this scenario. Actually, there's not even Zolaman clears that you can join. No one wants to invite undergeared character to anything. So that seems like the only logical choice. Like either farm gold or like buy gold. The game itself is pushing you to break the rules. So it is unlucky, but it is what it is. So like this whole system needs rethinking, but I don't really think there's gonna be a easy solution. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, like, dislike, sub to my channel, and see you guys in other videos.